Hi everyone! This is a different video than I normally post, and it's a little like inside look to what I wear outside of work. But I just returned home from a closet project, and I was going through the donations, or about to go through the donations. I finally got them all into the apartment. And I thought that this would be a good opportunity to do a little bit of education or insight on this part of the process. While it is our hope often that our clients are able to edit and donate or rehome a good amount of their excess stuff, it is never our goal to force people to make decisions to part with their ways. We are there to educate and to help nudge and to kind of encourage them to make those decisions if they so see fit. This is stray hair happening here. But I, without identifying them, want to give a really big shout out to today's client for the amount of stuff that they decided to part with. Okay, so this is a full, completely stuffed backpack. That's a full jumbo bag. That's a full jumbo bag. We also have this full overflowing basket of donated items, including the basket itself. And when we're working with small space projects, this amount of dedication to decluttering is chef's kiss, always just so applaudable. Taking a pause in that to have kind of like an ADHD moment and show you that heavy breathing and that like rhythmic bumping is this sweet little angel, Hank, who is conveniently only doing it when I'm talking and recording and I can't prove it, but it's fine. Like, I'm not under attack in my home. That was my boy. Back to it. So I am very pleased with the amount of donations that we were able to collect. I'm very impressed with my client, and I must have told them at least 6 times, but they really were committed to making sure that moving forward their space maintained the functions that we instilled with the systems that we put in place for them today. So bravo to them. But I want to touch on some misinformation that comes around, or a maybe some ideas around donations that are not accurate or up to date. So I can only speak on Austin and some of the surrounding areas when it comes to donation information. I just don't have the knowledge or need for the knowledge outside of my workflow area. But growing up, I always assumed that if you had items to donate, you could just drop them off at Goodwill or one of those little donation standalone boxes and all would be grand. But in the last few years, I've learned that many of those donation sites or thrift stores or even Goodwill directly don't accept all of the items that you may be donating, and it can actually be more harmful than helpful if you just offload your donations anywhere. So, for example, something that came up on a job recently, underwear. Most people wear underwear, and in Austin, at least in my circles, we're passionate and aware of the unhomed or displaced situation that we're in. And we're not going to get political. You feel how you feel, but people need clothing, including underwear. And you think that you are doing a nice thing by donating underwear that is maybe lightly used or new, just didn't fit, like whatever the reason. But if you donate it to the wrong center, they will not go through any of your belongings. It all gets to trash. So everything that you just went through, edited, are, and for whatever your reasons are, they may be just to simply get rid of the stuff you consider junk in your home. It may be intentional and thoughtful of helping society or the population, whatever your reasons, it becomes irrelevant and it ends up in a landfill just by default. And again, we're not going to get political, but most people think Goodwill's a great site to drop things off. But if you take a brand new dress, let's say, on a hanger and drop it off at Goodwill, they're likely just going to take that item on a hanger that they don't accept and chunk it. So a large part of the reason why I made sure to structure in donation hall and later donation delegation for my clients and in their project proposals is because I want to really make sure that I'm doing my part to be as sustainable as possible, even if I'm doing it through other people's belongings. So it's starting with the client and helping them to declutter and get rid of their excess, but then also making sure that I am choosing donation sites that are aligned with our missions and our values, and also being ethical. And I'm thinking that I want to put together a graphic of some sort to educate people on which donation sites accept which items and which don't. This has really gotten away from me, but I was just kind of inspired by the amount of decluttering that they did, and also curious to know if my audience would be even interested in learning which donation sites accept which donations, or rather what they each don't accept, or if you just want me to shut up and stop talking about donations and get back to work sorting through all of this. So I think I'll put a little poll here, or maybe on the next slide, but let me know what you think.